Some of y'all have messaged me about viewports and layers that are missing, like C-anno. C-anno was generated when the labels were created. That was in the previous template. In this template, all the labels are being put on layer 0. I will be modifying the template as the semester goes on to create a better quality drawing for you all. So don't worry about that right now. Right now is learning the tools to use, and the cleanup will come a little bit later. All right, so for this first thing is you've got a drawing here, and right now it's at a scale of 1 to 20. Now when you go to the Layout tab, you might already see that you have a viewport created. Actually, you have multiple viewports here. These green lines are viewports. You can make those current. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I want to make that current. Now I'm going to delete all this other stuff if it's not already deleted. Okay, and I'm going to get rid of that viewport. Now to create a viewport, you're going to type in mview. If you didn't have all those other viewports already in your drawing, just delete everything out on that paper space like I just did, leaving this title block over here. Then type in mview, hit enter, and then I'm going to I'm going to turn on my O snaps and make sure the endpoints are selected. So endpoints on, and I'm going to go endpoint, and then I'm just going to pull it over here to this point. Okay, now you'll see something that looks like this. This is because of your annotative scale. So I'm going to double click. Annotative scale means the size of the text that you have in your drawing. So I'm going to zoom in over here. Now you can delete all this stuff over here. This is just as a user guide to make sure everything looks nice. But I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, and I'm just Z, and then you can do Z enter, W enter for window, and then just create a little window for yourself. And then type in regen. Okay. Now, over here has a scale bar. 1 to 20, I can't get, I'm going to pan this down. I can't get the entire project area in at a 1 to 20. So I'm going to try a 1 to 30. Okay, so I'm going to use a 1 to 30 viewport. All right, so I'm going to double click on the outside here. Now, I'm going to change this layer, and I'm going to change it to layer 0 because I'm going to create a rectangle to give myself a border. So I'm going to type in rectangle, REC, and I'm going to snap here at the bottom, and I'm going to snap here at the top. Okay. Now I can click on the viewport. If you snap to the bottom, you may have to do display order, send to the back, like that. Depends if you can actually click on your viewport or not. And I'm going to skinny this up. I'm just going to grip edit it and drag it over here, and grip edit it and drag it over here. Oops, my snaps are on. F3 and over here. All right, now I want to show you about the labeling, because sometimes your labeling looks a little funny when it's too large or too small. Since we said that our layout tab was a 1 to 30 scale, I'm going to change the the model space scale to 130 also. So I changed that. Now I'm going to come over here to the annotate tab, and I'm going to click at the top. See how this little tag label pops up? I'm going to get this dialog box, and I'm going to change it to line and curve. I'm going to do multiple curve segments. Now you have the options to pick. As I go along, I'll be changing these styles to, like I said, to make your drawing look a little bit better. I'm going to show you I'll show you how to do that later, but I'll show you because of the height of the text when printed is either going to be 0.1 or 0.15. Or it could be 0.08. That's the height the text is actually measured when it's printed. So I'm going to start with line and distance, and I'm going to go distance and radius. And then I'm going to add, and I'm going to click on that. Okay, so this is the style that you have right now. When I go to the Layout tab, then if I actually measure this, and I'm in the paper space, if I actually measure this, and I'm just going to do linear, and I'm kind of like, I'm eyeballing this here to here, you can see that it's 0.15 in height. Okay, that is a bit tall, but I'm going to leave it as is. Okay, so when you use the other options, let's say you use single segment, you've got bearing over the distance, and then you add, and then you can add these. Okay, and then you can do between 2 points, and you can go distance only, and then you can add, I'm going to turn on my ortho or my O snaps. So if you pick from bottom to top, it puts the text on this side. If I pick from top to bottom, it puts the text on that side. So that's another option. All right. So like I said, if you have issues with your viewports, just let me know.